Hello and welcome to Love Anything Art. Today I'll be testing out a scrap clay idea. Grab your supplies and let's do it. I've chosen 3 different colors of scrap clay. I've got reds, whites, black, orange, green, and yellow. I've chosen a solid colored clay to complement my other colors. Start by flattening each of your colors. You can either use your fingers or, if you'd like, a roller. Basically, I'm just testing out an idea that I had for scrap clay, so it doesn't have to perfectly be rolled out. I like the idea of some pieces being thicker in some spots and thinner in others. I've had this idea floating around in my head for a while, so this video really will be an experiment. I really want to just try out a couple different things. Basically, just flatten and stack your pieces together, just alternating colors. This is what mine looks like after I've stacked it together. You can make yours as thick or thin as you would like, or any length that you would like. I do want to do a test cut just to see what the inside looks like. This actually looks really pretty. It's got a flowing design and the colors look good together. I could probably stop there, but I want to keep going. Just put it back together and begin rolling it out again. I've rolled it out a little bit more, and now I want to do another test cut. Again, that looks pretty, kind of like butterfly wings. But I'm going to put it back together and keep going. One more test cut the other way to see what it looks like. Meh, it looks okay. Put it back together and continue rolling and flattening gently. Alright, another cut. And then stack it on top of each other. Continue rolling and flattening. Let's do another test cut to see what it looks like. And then a test cut the other way. I do like the way this looks. If you don't like the way yours looks, just continue on. I'm going to cut my pieces into triangle shapes. And then I'm going to cut them into even smaller triangle shapes. Cut yours into any shape you would like. I would try to make the pieces fairly large, so it'll be easier to wrap them in clay. Roll out your solid colored clay until it is really thin. I did use my pasta machine and rolled it out onto the thinnest setting. Also, you'll want to keep your cut pieces all in the same direction, facing up, so that the same pattern shows through when we stack the pieces together. Once we start cutting off slices, if the pieces are stacked on their sides and standing straight up, the pattern will look different, if that makes sense. Begin wrapping your pieces. If you like this video, please hit that subscribe button. I do post videos weekly. I have made quite a few earrings from this project. I will show you those at the very end of the video, so please stay tuned for that. It's important that you make your solid colored clay as thin as possible, because when we start stacking the pieces together, you don't want that border around the pieces to be extremely thick. And again, when you stack your pieces together, you'll want them in the same direction. I'm going to go ahead and finish wrapping all of my pieces. Okay, that probably took me about 25 minutes to wrap them. I did not make each wrap perfect. You'll notice that there are some spots from the clay showing through, and that's okay. Once we stack the pieces together, you won't be able to tell. Begin placing your shapes together. Try not to leave big gaps in between each piece. I want it to look as random as possible. I don't want the shapes that are similar to be stacked right beside each other. If yours are all the same shape and size, that's okay. Your piece will look slightly different then. Once you've made a first layer, begin making a second layer on top. You don't want to flatten it, you just want to join all the pieces together and remove any air bubbles. And then gently roll. I'm going to test cut a few different ways to see which one I like the best. Don't be afraid to experiment. You can always put the pieces back together. Alright, here we go. I don't really like the way that looks. It's very blocky. I'm going to put that back together and make a cut another way. Again, I really don't like the way this looks. It's very similar to the other side. The blocks just look a little bit bigger. I'm going to put that back together and rejoin the pieces. Now I'm going to cut it in half. And this is me trying to make up my mind about where I want to make my cut. And ta-da! That is pretty. Those kind of look like eyes. I like it. Just make a few more slices. I really like these colors and the way they look together. And here are the earrings I've made. Thank you so much for watching.